For more of the situation on the ground in Ukraine, we can cross live to France 24's Gulliver Cragg in the capital, Kyiv. Gulliver, you've not long back from the northern part of Kherson region. Walk us through what you saw there.
Well, the situation in rural areas of Kherson region to the north of the regional capital is very different from the situation in the city itself. Those areas are out of range of the Russian artillery now. Previously, they were very much in range and suffered heavy bombardment and intense fighting for several months. So the destruction there is massive. But the picture now is of some people tentatively coming back rather than those who are fleeing the regional capital. Villages are seeing people return. Some, though, are finding their houses completely destroyed. But actually, those who I met were rather pleasantly surprised, having expected to find their house destroyed, to find that actually the damage was such that they thought that they'd be able to patch it up, and they set to work doing so as fast as possible. The whole community said that it was pulling together, everyone helping each other out to try to get those repairs done before the temperature gets even colder. But these villages, of course, are cut off from electricity. They have very little mobile connection. The situation there is extremely difficult, but nevertheless people are returning and planning to spend the winter in their homes in some of these villages.
Well, Gulliver, you spoke about electricity there. We know that Russian forces have been targeting ultimately Ukraine's electricity grid and other key infrastructure. I mean, walk us through the situation when it comes to electricity in the capital where you are. We can clearly see how cold it is at the moment.
It is rather cold, but actually the heating in my apartment is back on, thankfully. It was off for at least 2 days. I'm not sure how long it was off exactly because I went away down to Kherson region, but that was after the last massive wave of strikes on Wednesday. It's taken until Sunday for the Kyiv city authorities to say that they've now fully stabilised the situation and everyone in Kyiv is back connected to the electricity grid. That doesn't mean that everyone's going to have electricity all of the time, though, because rolling blackouts in the capital and in 15 regions of Ukraine are set to continue. That's to reduce consumption and allow for further repairs and stabilise the electricity situation generally. Ukraine's national electricity supply, Ukrenergo, says that at the moment it's able to supply about 80% of the country's usual electricity needs in this season. But of course, there is the great fear that there will be another wave of Russian strikes on Ukraine's electricity infrastructure. Since the 10th of October, there's been a pattern of them doing this about once a week or every 10 days. It seems to be that's the amount of time that they need to prepare these strikes. So Ukraine is still absolutely clamouring to its Western partners to supply new air defence systems to try to better defend against these attacks on the electricity infrastructure.
All right, Gulliver, keeping us up to date from the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. Thank you.